So today's video is going to be the worst books that I read in 2024. Happy New Year, if I haven't said it already. It is 2025. We're starting off the new year strong on disliking books that we read last year. So I have 6 books here, and yes, we all have different opinions on books, so please keep that in mind if you see a book that you loved and I didn't love it. We have different opinions, and yes, I can't wait to express my opinions. So, let's get on with the video. But first, if you want a custom video from me, I do custom videos. You can email me. It is in the description, my email. So let's get on with the video. Okay, the first book is definitely a controversial one. It is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. The cover is definitely one of my favorite covers, unfortunately. So this book follows Ford Grant, who is Willa's sister, and she is in the original Chestnut Springs series. Is that what it's called? And it kind of follows follows him and the love interest, and they have known each other for a very long time, and he's kind of always liked her, but she doesn't know this, or she doesn't believe this. And the main reason I didn't like this book is that I thought the interactions between the characters, the two main characters, the love interests, the banter was so extreme, and I really didn't enjoy it. It was too much, and it didn't feel believable because I felt like it was kind of forced. Like Elsie Silver was just forcing them to have so much banter, where I was reading it are you sure that they're actually having banter? I don't know what's happening here. I enjoyed the original Chestnut Springs series. This is the first book in the Rose Hill series. Yeah, it was very easy to read. The writing is really big, which is lovely. I just didn't like it. So the love interest Rosie comes back to this town because she was living in the city, and then she reconnects with Ford Grant. They have a little bit of she goes back to work for him, I think, and they both are we don't want to cross the line and stuff, but it's evident that he's always liked her, and she's obviously, we're in her POV, and she's always liked him. And yeah, I didn't love it, because we got to see, in my opinion, no build up. I didn't like the single dad trope too, which I didn't mind. I usually don't mind it. Yeah, I didn't love this book. I had high expectations because I really enjoyed the Chestnut Springs. Mostly, I just really enjoyed Heartless. The other books I could have done without, but Heartless was absolutely phenomenal. So, this is number 1. The next book was more of a disappointing book. I read the first one and I had no expectations. None to low expectations. And then I read it and I really, really liked it. And then the second one came out and I read it and I really was disappointed. And that is A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch. So the first one was this one, and I give it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. This one, the cover, I love the cover. It's so pretty. It just took me so long to read it. I wasn't into it. I'm really sad that I didn't enjoy this because I really did want to love it. The third one's come out actually, and I do want to read that. Hopefully it is better. So this one is an Enemies to Lovers witchy romance, where these characters are seen in the first book, and there's an issue. What happens? So basically there's forced proximity between her and him. He's a demon, but something happens at the end of the first book where she has to be with him, and they're like a team sort of situation where they're trying to figure out why this happened to him and like what's happening in the demon realm. I just wasn't in love with it, and I was really sad. But I remember it so clearly, which is always what happens with books I didn't love. I just remember them so much. I liked the 2 main characters. I understood why they liked each other or started liking each other. It's just I didn't love it as much as the first, and I was really sad. So definitely a very disappointing book. The next one is quite literally the worst Indiana Jones inspired book ever. It is Riders of the Lost Heart. This cover is beautiful. I bought this book because of the cover. I've never heard about it. No one's ever talked about it that I've seen, and for good reason. This book was ass. So, the premise of it, my dog's barking. The premise of it sounds so good. Like, it's, Indiana Jones inspired. These 2 people are archaeologists, I think, and they have to work together to get the treasure, because it's like a long lost treasure that needs to be found, and his investor is making him get the treasure. But then of course they meet bad thieves guys who also want the treasure, so it's like a battle of who's getting it first and things, and the atmosphere I don't want to get rid of it because I love the cover. Yeah, that book was bad. I do not recommend. Right, so the next book is here. It's on my notebook because I don't have it physically. The next book is A Touch of Ruin. This is that, which is the first book? A Touch of Darkness, I think. It's a Persephone and Hades inspired romance fantasy book. I listened to this on audio because I really enjoyed the narrator. If you're gonna like these books, definitely listen to them on audio. They were very good. So, I just about finished the first book. And I didn't enjoy it. But because I really liked the narrator, I read the second one. Big mistake. The second one was so bad. So first off, the first book, it was Inst Love. So Persephone goes to this prestigious club that you need to be invited to. She went with her best friend. She goes in the club. She's dancing in the club. I actually don't remember if she was dancing. She sees Hades from afar. She doesn't know it's him, but instantly there's like an electric current between them. And then later on, they are doing poker, I think, and then they go into a deal where they kind of have to be together. Inst Love. The second book was so much worse than the first. The main character, Persephone, was the most infuriating character to read about. She caused so many problems in this book. She was, oh, Jesus Christ, this book. And the smut scenes were extensive and too much. I can admit, I don't love reading a lot of smut scenes in a book, but this was like crazy. It was too much. And the thing is, I liked Hades' character. He put up with so much. Because Persephone was like, she's here. Hades is like here, you know. I don't know how they liked each other. I think the main issue was just Persephone. I disliked her as a main character. I disliked her actions. I disliked that she caused unnecessary problems. And yeah, this book was ass. I'm really sorry if you liked it. Okay, so the next one was in a Christmas novella series thing that a group of authors did. And this one is called Merry Ever After. The first one was in the novella series was from Ali Hazelwood. I really enjoyed that one. I recommend that one. This one is the second one, and it was so bad. It was 60 pages or so, but I wish I didn't read it. It follows a main character who is a single mother, and she works in like this charity thrift shop, and this man who always comes into this thrift shop because he fancies her, and he's like a big man, and he can never find clothes that fit him, and she decides to make him a pair of jeans, and it's just the worst thing I've ever read. It was instant love. It was just so unrealistic. It was crazy. It's like the man did not even have a second thought that this woman had a child. Like if you read it, you'd understand. It was just like he did not see anything else besides sex. It was crazy. Really did not enjoy this book, this novella. The last book is release of last year. I can't believe it's last year, 2024, crazy. This book just made me it made me feel weird. I especially hated the ending, and I was just confused. I was like disgusted with the way it went. It was so Frida McFadden is a thriller author, and this one, it goes back and forth, I think, if I remember right, between present and past, I think, again, or different characters. And the premise of this is that a girl gets into a relationship with a teacher, I think. Yeah, her name is Addie, I think, the girl that gets with the teacher, but we follow a different main character, her and her husband. I can't really remember exactly what else, but it was just a very strange book. I read it very quickly because it is Frida. Frida is a very good author to go to if you want to read a book very quickly, because it's so easy to read her books. So easy. But this book was just, it was too much for me. It was strange. I didn't like the outcome. It just made me feel weird. So yeah, I think the more that I read of Frida, the less I like her, which is very unfortunate. Like, I really like The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret, possibly the second one, because they were the first books I read from her. Then I read Neverlie, which I loved, but then it went downhill because I read so many more of her books. And the one I recently read, I predicted a big